So, let's see.
All right, so
our like misconception, if we follow this, let's try this.
Yeah, let's absolutely do. That sounds wonderful.
Okay, our misconception. Actually, I'm gonna close this because we don't even need it anymore.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Okay. So the misconception or the confusion that we're targeting is selecting the most important facts from the text.
Right.
Right? So students are going to go to the library today, and then you're going to use cycling to model. That's your topic. Okay, selecting most important facts.
Okay.
But then they're going to start with putting all the facts possible.
Right.
Okay, so the skill focus. So students are struggling right now. We talked about yesterday.
Just making sure the facts are, first of all, unique. They're not the same. That was the one thing that we
or
had.
not repeated.
Yeah. That was the big. I had a big on. I mean, they'll never see them. I would never do this, so I was giving it back. But on the thing, Mario thing, we had like the topic sense, and one of them, I know, it was like the fact, and at first I put nah because it was kind of a boring fact, and then I realized it repeated the topic. So
okay, so facts are different and not repeated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then facts are not opinion. I mean, we have some that are, it's their opinion, and I had to catch myself the other day with that, so I know it's a very common mistake.
Yeah, which will be good if you do some type of modeling with your topic. You can model for them, like, I want to put this, but is this a fact or not?
And actually, we did that the other day because it was like, I said, bicycling's fun, and then I thought, that's just what I don't know. And I said, no, that's an opinion. Actually, what I'm going to put down is that bicycles could go very fast, like, 30 or 40 miles an hour, and then it's, because I can find it right there, and then it was like, okay, so not everybody's going to think that's very much fun.
Right. And then the other gap that we addressed, we wanted to make sure that the facts were clear.
Clear.
Right? And that,
right.
Yeah, like clear and basically from the text.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And we worked on that yesterday, and it seemed to be a really big hit.
Yes. Okay. So if you do a think aloud, you already mentioned a couple of things you want to think aloud.
Okay.
So you said making sure that you don't do opinion, so opinion versus fact. Right? What else do you want to target?
Well, didn't we just make sure I have a variety?
Okay, so different facts.
And then
that don't repeat. Which is good. We can pull out some things from here that you can model and think aloud that target these.
Okay, sounds good.
Clear facts from the text. It has to be from the text, which relates to the opinion.
So just, from
text, and I'll say clarity of fact. Okay, so, says make sure the students have the material you're using to think aloud. So individual copies. Okay, or it could be displayed on the Promethean board.
Which we will.
So you'll display your graphic organizer.
Yes.
We'll say display. We'll say teacher. Graphic organizer on dot camera?
Yes.
Okay, and the cycling article. Okay.
So let me take a look at this.
We could even make yours into a poster. Would that be more helpful? So that your I'm not thinking right. Your graphic organizer.
Alright.
Would that be more helpful if it's bigger for students to see and yours is on a poster?
I don't know how to do that, but sure, we know how to do it.
I'll just draw it on the poster.
Every day.
We could do that, and then I'm capable of circles. I'll just type out my facts.
But you'll model it in front of them.
I can write it while you talk if you want.
Oh yeah.
The last one.
She's got good handwriting.
There you go.
Sounds good. Okay.
Okay, so we'll do the graphic organizer.
Every time you turn your back, they start talking.
No, not my kids.
No. It happened to me when I was doing my lesson.
And it's hard for you're
know.
trying to go back and forth between this under the dot cam and that under the dot cam, if you have the
If you
poster,
have the poster, then you can just put this.
Right,
In
that sounds absolutely wonderful.
Summer will record with best teacher handwriting.
You don't even have to put that; it's redundant. Record, she'll have it.
You don't see my notes.
Right.
Okay, cool. So we can work on that when we start planning. All right, the think aloud. So you want to model how you're going to help them approach these challenges.
Okay.
Okay. So doing the think aloud. Okay. So now basically we want to kind of script out what you're going to say.
Right, because there are a lot of facts about bicycling.
Yes.
I mean, there's the equipment. There, I'm looking at something on why it's good for the environment, which is probably not where I want to go with it.
So let's look and see what facts do you know you want to pull out.
Right.
Yeah. And then we can kind of put in some non-exemplars.
Sounds great. That sounds great. Okay, so we've got transport, recreation, exercisers.
So I'm right at the bottom, facts.
So we could put you can use it for a lot of different things.
Yes, I love that. Bicycles can be used for transport, recreation, exercise, or sport. That would be maybe that would be a good intro actually.
Are we gonna use our facts for intros, or are these gonna be separate sentences?
Well, this is
in addition to an intro.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is I'm wondering if when I'm modeling introductions,
That would be a good intro.
that might be a good intro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like
but you
bicycles
include it
could
as
be-
a fact, right?
Sure. Yeah. For now, that's just that's
And
where
then-
we're determining.
I like it. And then
Okay.
I
Because
like
then I
that
could
you're
go, oh
thinking
my
ahead.
gosh, that might be really good for a intro. Okay.
Bicycles can be used for, and let's be, because we said we want a really clear fact.
Mm-hmm.
So bicycles can be used for transportation.
Transportation, recreation, exercise, or sport.
Transportation.
Yes, I don't think I have a highlighter actually.
Well, is this what you're going to use to show students?
Oh, we don't want to do it.
we
then.
don't want to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll just have to keep it in my brain. Okay, no
But
problem.
we could make a copy, and you could have one that's like your teacher copy that you highlight, if you want. You'll
I think we're
have
okay.
this. We'll script it out.
Yeah, it's all good.
Transportation, recreation, sport.
Exercise or sport.
Exercise or sport.
Exercise or sport. Okay, there's one. All right, what else?
Let's see. Do you have the back of the paper? Or is there stuff on the back?
Yeah, I can go on the
Okay.
back.
All right. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, I don't want to go into other bicycles. Yeah, this is where we kind of. All right.
We're kind of
William
going through the
Award,
thinking process
principal.
of finding the most important.
Yeah, and this is true, in a lot of places, that is the principal thing. But again, we got to figure out where we want to go with it. Benefits. So this part was kind of cool, but that it had a lot of benefits. But again, I'm not sure if we want to focus on one of those benefits.
Consumption of fossil fuels, less air or noise pollution, and much reduced traffic or congestion.
Yeah, so it's like the physical exercise, easier parking, all of that.
Biking, so
Biking,
I'm talking about it's good for your health,
and
helps the environment.
it's compared with, so bicycling is good for your health.
It's good for your health.
And then, I guess the details later would support it for just getting the main facts down for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the other thing would be it's good for it's good for your sanity. You don't have to find parking, but no. I would say, oh wow. I would say, good for the environment. Let's go with
good
that.
for your health and the environment.
And then and then it costs less than a car. So then we have to say, are we going to focus on, because this paragraph is how it's superior with motor vehicles. So I don't know if we want to go there. So maybe leave out it's cheap to ride.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's inexpensive to ride.
You're going through basically the think aloud of what you could do with your students.
Okay.
This is actually really good because you're thinking about, okay, so you said they're less expensive than cars.
Well, right. So, but then all of a sudden to be comparing them to cars.
And then you're thinking, okay, and then in your think aloud, you're kind of saying to yourself, well, that's good to know, but is that a really important fact from the text?
Right. Is that salient basically to what I'm writing about?
And how? Okay. So hold on, I want to write this down. Well, Let's continue, and we'll go back. We'll go back to the script. I want
Yes.
to make sure you have your most important facts.
Okay.
Okay.
So
5 is what.
okay, and then there's disadvantages, but
Let's see.
it's more like you
So,
can get
like,
run over
could it
by
be
a car.
dangerous or something?
Sure.
What do they
Difficulty
say?
in transporting passengers, yes, that's
Uh-huh.
weather, basic level of fitness, required, you need to be able to balance. I don't know how I feel about that. Can we just like put in parentheses like disadvantages and maybe come back to it if we decide? Because I don't know if I'm talking about in general or whether I'm going to go delve into one of these further.
Well, I think what you want your kids to do is study a topic, but it's still pretty high level. You just want them to include facts and details from the text. So we don't have to go really in depth with how it's good for your health. We could just say that's a fact.
Okay,
right?
so then yes, there are disadvantages then as well.
Okay, some
I see what you're saying. We don't want to. We're not analyzing this to death.
advantages.
This is
Yeah.
going to be mine's going to be the best info report
Ever. Some disadvantages are.
Let's see. Oh, I can do that. Let's see. You have to be able to balance well.
Or how could we state that? Some disadvantages are.
Physical requirements, because it also goes on to say, like physical fitness requirements.
Yes.
I mean, anybody can jump in a car, basically. Well, I mean, if you're driving or
So maybe
whatever.
it's not
But
a disadvantage. It's like.
challenges,
You must be.
or not restrictions, but some word along those lines,
It's
like.
like you must be physically fit. Well, and do they say anything about? Let's see, vulnerability to the weather, difficulty.
It does talk about like protection. There's not as much protection in crashes.
Yeah, which is definitely
So bicycling can be dangerous.
right. So basically, it can be dangerous.
Let's see.
That's where your idea about your 25 miles per hour could go.
Okay, it can be dangerous with the wet, like with weather and.
Well, it can be dangerous. It can, something like it can be something about.
We do want to pull it from the text.
Right. So I'm just trying to. Yes, and I am, but I'm trying to summarize. Like I'm trying to figure it in a way that works.
It takes longer to get places.
And you have to think about a lot more stuff. You have to think, can I balance?
Okay.
Can I do weather?
Like
I don't know.
it takes longer to get places on a bike and can be dangerous with bad weather or something.
Perfect.
Okay. Takes longer
Yeah, because if we're staying at that
to
level.
get places. I'm trying to put it in words like that.
Right.
They'll understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Get places. I mean, you could even say like it takes longer to get places on a bike. Can be dangerous in another fact can be it can be dangerous in the weather.
Yes, it can be
and with
dangerous.
traffic.
Weather and traffic.
Can be dangerous with weather and traffic. And I'm even thinking like with the weather and traffic piece, you could say something like, I don't like biking whenever it's raining outside. And then do a think aloud. But wait a minute, is that a fact or is that an opinion?
Sure.
But what does it say in the text?
Right.
Okay, so we only need one more to get 5.
Okay. So the kids actually were helping me with this. The fact that you need certain things to ride a bike safely. So I don't know if it's. Let me see. Well, this is like utility bikes need to have a mud guard. Yeah, we're not going there. But like I'm just thinking like helmets, stuff like that.
Yep.
So we don't need to say frames with relaxed geometry. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything. I mean, that's what I would really like to put in here. Drive, train, road bikes, pedal. Yeah, see, it's like pedals and attached shoes. That's a little more specific. I'm trying to look.
You just wanted to do that.
Oh, bicycle. Okay, so here we go. So
Oh.
like either legally or to be safe. For safe, like I'm thinking, to be safe, you need the following things: helmets, lights, reflectors,
Okay.
and that's probably good enough.
And that's actually a nice segue from it can be dangerous with weather and traffic.
Right.
So to be safe, you need, okay.
Let's see, a
Helmet.
lights,
Keep going. No, you're
reflectors. And then what they say is like signaling devices like a bell or a horn.
Okay. And a bell.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
so we have our 5 facts.
Okay, awesome.
So our 5 facts are bicycles can be used for transportation, recreation, exercise, and sport. So let's start the think aloud. Okay. So when you're with your kids, you're going to be modeling how you select these facts, targeting this gap of selecting the most important.
All right, so yeah, and all of that was just in the, well, I guess it was the overview and the equipment page, but yeah. So here we go
we
back
only
to the
need to
beginning.
keep those 2 pages.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. So then your think aloud could, let's just start it. It's certainly basically first. I know my topic is biking.
Right.
But read my article.
And then maybe what I'm thinking is, snag this fact first or whatever, and be like, okay, so now I have to decide. Obviously, I can't talk about all of those.
Okay. Keep going.
Like I can't talk in, like I can't give facts about all of them because my info report would be, way too long.
Okay. How can I start to summarize it? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, more like, yeah, I need to choose more specifically. Like I need to narrow down my topic. Like bicycling, that's an awesome topic, but.
So would you read this first paragraph first? And
then I'd be like, wow, bicycles can be used. There's so much to say about bicycles. I'm going to have to narrow this down further.
Okay, read first paragraph, and then you could say, yeah, like there are a lot of facts in here, but I want to choose the most important.
Right. Or
say what you said.
Yeah. Because these are probably the most important. They're in basically the intro of it, so.
There are a lot of facts here, but I need to choose, and we chose bicycles can use. Keep going.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking. Would it be better to model like the most important, but see again, it's like a choice because a lot of them are. It's just I'm not going towards exercise today. But I'm going to choose to focus on general facts. But how would I say that for second graders? I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because you could have picked something else. Like for your fact, you could have put like bicycle, or you could have put.
Well, and if it's just so I like how you're just going to focus on one paragraph at a time. And go from there, because that's a strategy your kids can use.
Yes.
Let's see. Persons engaged in cycling are referred to as cyclists, bikers, bicyclists. Okay.
But I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know how to say this in a way where it's like, I just want it to be the most informative for Joe Public or whatever. That's what I'm trying to say in my model think aloud. Because basically these are general facts that are true. I guess the most helpful, most important, I don't know.
Okay, so all right, there are a lot of facts here, but I need to choose, I'm going to choose the fact that bicycling can be used for transportation, recreation, exercise, or sport, because this tells me, it's the explanation that's hard.
Right, and what I'm saying is like, this is very general, so I'm trying to figure out a way to say that would be most helpful to like, again, Joe Public in general. Like, what do they need to know? Like, they don't really need to know that a bike frame has like, the shocks on the road, or that we race with this.
I'm writing this for my daughter. And my daughter doesn't know very much about biking at all, and I want to make sure that she understands the most important things about biking.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. There are a lot of facts here, but let's see. I'm going to select.
Oh, how about like facts for beginning bicyclists or something? Just somebody, like somebody who's just
I think you have your title.
Starting out.
That's your title of your facts for, biking for beginners or something.
Yeah, biking for dummies. Just kidding. Yeah, right.
But what you're speaking to is the audience, and that helps them understand too.
Right.
Okay.
So yes, this is just to get somebody started. Yeah, because everything works in that. These are the advantages. This is what you have to watch out for. This is the
Yes.
basic equipment. I mean, yeah, you need shock-loaded springboards or
Okay.
whatever, but you don't need that to start out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, okay, you could say something like, so you read the paragraph. There are a lot of facts here, but I'm going to select the facts that will help new bikers
Get started.
get started. Okay, then you could say this fact right here, and you could even underline it for them,
Mm-hmm.
is important, or you could, if you want to model using sticky notes, if they need to do sticky notes in their books, you could do that too. Let's see. This fact is important because it tells new bikers how and why they should bike, or something like that. Right?
Sure.
Fact is important.
Wait, hang on for 1 minute. Yeah, it'd be almost.
How could you say it?
I don't know. I'm just trying to go, and maybe I'm just thinking too much in this case about how just the many ideas of ways to use bicycles or something. But
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know if that's just too analytic, you know.
No, it's okay. This fact is important because it tells new bikers how they can use a bike.
Right. How?
Okay.
Yeah. The ways.
Tells new bikers how they can use a bike. Okay.
Right.
Fact 1, done. I'm going to select. I'm going to number it here,
Okay.
and you have the numbers down here.
Okay.
Okay.
Fact
Number 2.
So, yeah, and again, going with the general thing, this is why it's good.
Okay, bicycling is good for your health, and then, so you would kind of read over this, and then you would stop here.
Right, because like all this stuff is really cool, but it's not it doesn't really help a new biker get started.
Perfect. That's what we want to write. That's okay. So we'll say read paragraph 2. Oops.
Well, and then maybe and
2
then
and 3.
yeah. Now see, this is regarded as a very effective and optimal. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, again, it's not like.
Okay. This is interesting. And then what did you say?
But it doesn't really help new bikers get started. It doesn't provide helpful information for getting started.
Bikers. Okay. Bikers get started. So I'll skip this or something. I won't.
I'm not going to take a fact.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I won't write a fact. Okay, and then you get down here.
And this is where this is important in here.
Okay, provide numerous benefits.
So it's the health thing, and then it's also the environmental thing.
And this one is kind of challenging because of the way it's worded.
Mm-hmm.
It's really high level. So how could you explain that to kids to say, here's what's important out of here?
Do you want to?
Or you could even model the opinion.
That's what I was almost thinking, is like model the opinion and say like,
Bicycling is good for you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And be like,
And
I
then say, I know that, but how can I pull
did we talk about the
information out of
weather?
it?
Yeah,
We
well,
said, I hate biking in the rain.
well, we're right, but this part is the benefits.
Sorry.
You're
Okay.
fine. So the first one is the benefits. I'm trying to think of a way to say, yeah, because it's like this one says numerous.
Oh, if you did biking is good for you, just like you were saying.
Yeah.
That targets the clarity
And
of
the
fact.
environment. Good for you and the earth.
Okay, but then, okay, so you could say, this makes me think biking is good for you and the earth. But is that a very clear fact to include?
Right,
Will that
right.
help new bikers
Yes,
understand?
yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about
Biking
how.
is good for you and the environment. But does that help new bikers? What do we say? Like understand?
But does that?
Is that a very clear fact?
Yeah, it's more like you said, where it's,
Yeah.
is that very clear?
And then were we gonna use Earth? I don't know if that would
Yeah.
be more.
Oh yeah.
Just because if we use
Yeah, the Earth.
environment-
I just think
clarity.
the Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
less clarity. Yeah.
Okay. So we say.
Biking is good for you and the Earth. But
How can we?
how? I think new bikers would like to know how it's good for
Yeah.
you
But
and
this
the Earth.
fact isn't very clear. New bikers want to know
But
how.
how?
Okay.
Right.
It's not clear. New bikers need to know how it's good.
Right.
Okay, and then you would go into and you'd say, well, I see that what do we say?
There's exercise involved. I think we left it as a pretty
We
general
did say
fact.
biking is good for your health.
Yeah,
So maybe
it's-
we want to make this clear.
So right, so like the physical exercise.
So we could say biking gives, let's see.
Biking gives your body exercise.
Gives your body exercise
Mm-hmm.
and cuts down on pollution or something?
Yes, and that's exactly what it says
And
right here.
what if we use
Reduced
reduces?
consumption. Yeah, reduces, because it says right here, cycling offers a reduced consumption of fossil fuels, less air and noise pollution. So that'll
And
help
reduces
with all.
pollution.
Yeah, and reduces pollution of all kinds, basically.
Okay, cool.
But I could say that part out loud.
So we only got through 2, but let's practice this.
Okay.
Okay. So then, let's practice this part that you would do. Summer, you're going to pretend that you're going to be like writing this down. And then you're the teacher.
Okay.
I'll be your student.
Okay, so I'm going to read this article for important facts. Cycling is also called bicycling or biking, is the use of bicycles for transport, recreation, exercise, or sport. Persons engaged in cycling are often referred to as cyclists or bikers, or less commonly as bicyclists. Apart from two-wheeled bicycles, cycling also includes the riding of unicycles, tricycles, quadricycles, recumbent, and similar human-powered vehicles. I'm going to select facts that will. Oh, sorry. Did I miss something?
No, you're good.
Okay. Sorry. I'm going to select facts that will help new bikers get started. This fact, the fact that bicycling can be used for transport, recreation, exercise, or sport is important because it tells new bikers how they can use a bike.
Oh, okay. And so then, so I'm going to write that down on my graph organizer.
So I'm going to write that down on my graphic organizer. Okay. Let's see. Bicycles were introduced. I'll just do blah, blah, blah. Cycling is widely regarded. Wow, those facts are really cool. But I don't think that's really going to help new bicyclers get started. So I'm going to skip those for now.
Perfect. That was very clear.
All right. Biking is good. Oh, sorry.
Pretend like you read it. It's okay.
Okay, so I read it. So biking is good. We learned there that, or I learned there, that biking is good for the earth and for me, but it's not clear why that is. So, sorry.
No, that's perfect. Okay, so you said biking is good for the earth.
Sorry. But biking is good for you and the earth, but it's not clear exactly how. And I think new bikers would like to know exactly how biking is good for you. Sorry.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's what you want to say.
And so, let's see here. Bicycling, we learn right here that bicycling gives your body exercise. And that's how it's good for you. Also, down here, we learn that it reduces pollution of all kinds. The pollution in, you know what, I'm just realizing the fossil fuels, that's the air. So, cycling, so I'm looking right here, and it's cycling reduces pollution, both in the air and noise pollution. So those are 2 ways that they're good for you and the environment.
Perfect. And so then that's perfect, the way you stated it, and the way you said, like, but that's not a very clear fact. So I want to go back to the text.
Okay. And then for this one, I would read this, and then I'd say, now, it's very important that new bikers know what could be dangerous about bikes so they can avoid doing these things or kind of watch out for them.
Should we do one that's an opinion here?
Okay. Oh, yes.
Right.
So I'll read this, blah, blah, blah.
I'll do number 3 down here.
And then, okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I hate biking. You know what I really hate is biking in the thunderstorms. So I hate biking in thunderstorms. And it does say here, in fact, right, so paragraph 5. So,
biking in thunderstorms.
yes.
Keep going.
Okay, I totally hate that. So it's something that I should be aware of. Let's look at this paragraph again to see what kinds of things we need to watch out for when we're biking.
And maybe be really
but I
clear
need to say something about, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, like I know what I'll do. So blah, blah, blah. Then I'll say, I hate biking in thunderstorms. Wait, I don't want to say that because that's my opinion kind of thing.
Yes. But
And
is
so
that
do that.
a fact or an opinion?
Right.
I need to look back in the text.
Right.
It doesn't say that in the text.
No, but it does talk about weather and how bicycling can be dangerous in the weather.
Okay. We'll say something like, but is that, let's see, is that a fact or opinion? Okay, let's look back in the text. Because that's the modeling you want them to do.
Yes.
To start
Okay.
thinking and questioning.
Okay, so it doesn't say exactly that, but it does say blah, 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 blah.
Okay, perfect. So then we have through fact 3. And so you're going to go through and you'll model basically all of this for your 5 facts.
Yeah, it takes longer.
If you
We
feel
need to
like
do
you
that.
need to model
Okay.
all 5 facts.
Okay.
Because now we've addressed selecting the most important fact to help new
Right.
bikers. We addressed the clarity of the fact. And we addressed opinion versus fact.
And we read
Right.
from the text because it's all from the text.
Yes. So maybe you only need to do 1 through 3.
Yeah,
if you'd
yeah,
like.
that sounds great. Or 1, 2, and 4 is what it winds up being. And then 3,
Yes.
I'll just put where it is in the text. And then for this other one, so it's equipment, I'll say, I did read all of this, and it talks a lot about really special equipment that bikes can have. But to get started, I feel like this paragraph where it was is really what the basics of what bikers need to get started. Helmets, blah, blah, blah.
Perfect.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Because
Okay.
and you may not even need to get there. You could just stick with this first page and
Right.
get your 3 facts. Because your
Right.
kids, you don't want them sitting on the carpet for half an hour trying to
come
think aloud.
on,
I know,
that
right?
works so well.
I was also thinking if it's okay with you, I can put this on the board and have it like this so that it's like theirs, and then I'll write the facts underneath so that it'll be exactly what they're doing too.
Okay, all right.
Like
Oh,
making
nice.
it so this was your ideas originally, and that's actually really close to your ideas originally.
Yeah, yeah.
And then writing down your facts.
Right,
like,
right.
Oh, okay, blah blah blah.
Right, like, oh yeah, and I did see that in the article. Right, like I love it. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
And so then after the think aloud, what do you want students to notice that you modeled? Basically what we already talked about,
Okay,
right? These
right,
things.
right, those things.
Yep. Okay, so then you'd say something like,
Sorry, I was kind of like.
it's confusing. Like, but then you
Right.
you want your students. How can you get them to say that? I know we're running out of time today. Oh, we are.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've got
so
it.
then I would say punch those 3 things. Punch, let's see, most important, clarity, and opinion versus fact. Okay.
Okay, and we'll use that one tomorrow. I'll get it all
Cool.
typed into the lesson plan.
If you
Okay.
want, or we can just make a copy for Leah.
Okay,
This is
that
fine.
sounds good.
There's no need for you to redo this, unless you can't read my handwriting.
I totally can.
Okay, and then the last part is the student practice. They're
Right.
going to go back
They're
and
gonna go
do
back and
do with graphic organizer.
Mm.
Cool.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you
You
very
guys are
much.
such good sports.
Okay, no, I appreciate
I
that.
owe you
Thank
treats.
No, we owe you. I owe you.